Good morning, everybody. Kathy here, and I was going to share with you something that's a little bit personal and personal, like bathroom organization and that kind of stuff, and how I organize my bathroom and how I use my bathroom, which most people have a bathroom and they know how to use it, but when you're in an RV, it's a little bit different in how you handle everything in there. I'm gonna try to be as blunt and as direct as I can be. That can be kind of hard for me when we're talking about things that are personal. So I'm gonna start by telling you I do have a restroom in the RV, as you all know. I have it organized, it fits me. I do use public restrooms when I'm staying in a park often, and I do use public showers when I'm staying in a park that has that to offer. And a couple of reasons, and I'll get into that as we go along. But first of all, let me introduce you to my bathroom. There's the door. Right next to the kitchen. See? Anyway, here's my bathroom. And I know you've seen this before. I've just not gone into real detail about it. So one of the things is I hung a tapestry for my shower curtain. This is something that my daughter gave me when I retired, and I really like it. And I like how the light kind of shines and brightens up the orange when it's sunny outside. And then I cut a plastic liner, you see this, to fit the size of the shower. See? Okay, well, we'll start in the shower since we're right there. I do use the command holders for my broom, and I have that extension broom that pulls out so it looks really short hanging. And then I have also a rake, a small rake. I got in the habit of having the rake because I camp a lot of times in the primitive campgrounds, and there's a lot of pine cones. I may let it go, I may not, I don't know. Then I have this thing here, and this has just a lot of just, bathroom stuff, girly stuff, bathroom stuff. We'll get back to that. I have my shower shoes right here. That's if I take a public shower. They're hanging right here. I have a hanging thingy right here where I hang maybe a damp washcloth. And I also, this is what I wash small items in, lingerie type things. I wash in here. I put them in the bag and I put them in, that way I don't lose them. Like you're in a public laundry and you tend to lose stuff like that. And plus washers can be really hard on your clothes, basically. I think I've showed you this before. I bought a small mini washer. I have not used that before, so I store this in the tub when I'm not using it. This is 5 gallons of water. This is a duffel that has various things in it. Get back to this in a second. This is my dish container. It subs for many other uses, and these kind of containers do. And this is the container I put outside, filled with water when I'm camping. So I have outdoor plumbing basically, so I could wash my hands and whatever I want to do outside. I often do my hair outside there too, if it's plenty warm, Okay, and then I have, this is called a diaper holder for a baby's room, for a nursery. So that's where I keep my toilet paper and odds and ends up here. I have another one of these are wonderful. These are shoe holders, and I just cut them to fit. I'm using double-sided Velcro heavy duty, but I also had it screwed in because it was constantly getting loose up there. And then I have another longer one, again, cut to fit, a skinny version right here, where I keep various, again, bathroom things, soaps, washcloths, hand towels, that type of thing. Got a couple extra hooks right there. Can you tell this hook came with the RV, and this hook I put in, so it's a different color. On my sink, This contraption came in the RV. It's a soap thing like that, and I just kept it, so I just keep replenishing the soap in that. I did install a toothbrush holder. Okay, back to that in a sec. Oh, we still need a light, sorry. Toilet, of course. I opted for the one with the spray. However, I don't use the spray. I use something else for the toilet. Okay, so I stole this hack from Toby in Transit, and this is an Aquabot. So you put water in it about to there, about 3/4, and then you pressurize it like this. So I use this for cleaning the toilet as one of the things I do because it puts good pressure. See, can you see? See, look at that pressure. So I use that to clean the toilet if it needs a good rinse. That's what I use. I also use it on spray. You can put it on a spray. I use this to help wash my hair if I'm really trying to be frugal on water. If I, washing my hair too much or something, or I just want to get it wet. This is great for getting my hair wet. And I just put it on the spray setting. And it has good power. Oh, and the best part about it is you can turn it upside down. So I can actually fill this with water, get in the warm water, get in the tub, take everything out of the tub, get in the tub, and can you see me? See, here I am. And spray myself down with this and just save tons of water that way because you're not wasting anything. So I don't do that too often, but I have done it. I moved my toilet paper holder to inside the cabinet. See? So it's kind of out of the way. I have a trash underneath the cabinet along with a few other things. This is my kitchen trash, but I keep it in the bathroom normally. That's my kitchen trash, but I usually keep it in the bathroom unless I need it in the kitchen for various reasons. I don't use the kitchen trash that much though, because in the kitchen I use this for any food. So anytime I'm cleaning my, cleaning up, prepping food, or I'm cleaning up dishes, that's where the dirty paper towel will go with food on it. Generally speaking, this trash can here is solely for other things besides toilet paper and food. Okay, so that said, let's talk about public showers. So I bring these shoes, these flip-flops, and I put them with the towel in this bag. So this is where the shoes will go until I get to the shower, in this bag, like that, okay? I also put my towel in here, and everything else should be in here at the time I go to the shower. I usually do have everything in one place. Since I've been taking a shower in my daughter's house on a regular basis, my towels right now are actually in her room, or not in her room, in my bedroom in her house. So that's how I keep them. But usually I let them dry off of here, and then I fold them up in there until they need to be laundered. I leave them in there. I use, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Lush. This is a solid shampoo, a solid bar, so it makes it really convenient. No spill, no muss, no fuss kind of thing. And that's a little flower that was in the, smells really good. This one's called Karma. And that's what I use for shampoo. So that stays in here. And on hair washing days, it's pretty easy because I have naturally curly hair. I wash it, I comb it, and this is what happens to it. On days that I don't wash my hair, I always sleep with my hair in a bun on my head. That kind of keeps it out of my face at night and stuff like that. And also I comb it out at night, so in case any flying insect got tangled up in this, or spider, worse yet, I've combed it out so there's nothing I'm going to bed with. So I comb it out and I put it on my head, and the next day after I've cleaned up and taken a, you know, maybe my little shower, or maybe just a sponge bath or whatever, I let my hair out of the bun, I comb it out again, and I get it wet a little bit, you know. And usually I do this thing outside. It's easier to do it outside with the little water thingy, the little water spigot I have, and I just get my hands wet and run it through my hair until it's kind of damp, not soaked. And again, that's it. My hair's curly, so it's super, super simple. If I feel like it's getting too dirty to wear down, I wear it up in a hat or a ponytail or something like that, or just on top of my head. I take all of this into the shower. Okay, and I wear minimal clothes to the shower. So I wear like a pair of slip-on Crocs, like this. And I wear, you know, pretty much what I have on, my jeans, and probably a flannel or long sleeve type shirt to the shower. And then I pack a clean pair of underwear in here. And then when I get out of the shower, I just quickly get dressed in the same clothes that I had on, with the exception of the clean pair of underwear. I do change into that. Aren't you glad to know that little tidbit of information? And walk back to my camp, to my RV, and then I go ahead and change clothes or whatever I'm going to do at that point. Clean clothes. So that's what I do for a public shower. When I take a shower in here, which I want to say, if I'm boondocking, happens 2 or 3 times a week. And if I'm not boondocking, if I'm at a place where I have a shower, I just use their shower. Like right now, I use Sarah's shower. So I take all of this out, of course, and I pile it into the living area down there. And I get in, you know, of course I get undressed. I use this brush and I do a quick brushing of my body. So that kind of helps get the dead skins cells off. I'm not spending too much time in the shower scrubbing something. So I use that. And if you do use that, it's really good for your circulation. You should brush upwards towards your heart always. So I do that, and then I get in, and meantime, by the way, I've already heated up the water, just so you know, the water's already hot. So I get on in, and I use the shower head, and I put it over my head, and I get my hair completely wet and my body completely wet. Then I turn the switch off. Okay? The water's still there. As soon as I turn the switch back on, it will be perfectly, you know, perfectly fine. It does come out a little cold sometimes. So I soap up, turn the water back on, and rinse off. And if I'm washing my hair, it usually takes 2 times to rinse, if that makes any sense. To women it would. To men, I don't know. So that's how I do the shower in here. And that's what this rug is for. I put this rug down here on the floor, and I don't wear any shoes into the bathroom, into this area, when I first come in to take a shower and get out till I'm all done. And then I have to, of course, dry the bottom of the tub and the sides before I put everything back in, which is not a big deal. Just use a couple paper towels or something, and it's fine. Also, the water that happens in the shower goes into your gray tank. Something to know. The water that happens in the sink, in the bathroom sink, goes into your black tank. Something to know. Okay? So then how I wash my face and stuff, or do a sponge bath, for instance. Every night I wash my face. So, of course, every night, every morning, no matter what. I use this plastic bowl. I have already made water in the morning. I think I've told you that before. I explained that I boil water in the morning. I put my hot water in this container. And then I have hot water all day. So I put some hot water in here. Sometimes I have to add a little cold to it. And this is what I use to wash my face. I normally do not put that down the drain in the bathroom. I put it down the drain in here. Now, for sponge baths, you know, on the days I'm not taking a shower, I need an extra, you know, I feel like I need to have a sponge bath. I basically am doing the same thing, except I have this thing here, this little bowl for doing dishes. And so I put the dirty dishes in here. I take them either outside to wash or to the local washing station or inside my daughter's house to wash or whatever, if I'm trying to, depending on where I'm camping and what I'm doing. And then I have this one back here that I use like for showering, or sponge bath, I should say. So I put the what do you call it, the rug right down here. This is collapsible, so I open that up and set it on top, and then I can take a sponge bath and not get the entire floor, you know, wet. Make sense? Here, and I stand there and I have my bowl of water right there, and I give myself a sponge bath. So that's how I work that. Okay, so that was for sponge bath. I bought about a dozen of these microfiber washcloths. I cut them in quarters, so they're like this big, and they don't fray or anything. You see that? They do really well in the wash. I cut them in quarters, and that is my daily washcloth. The thing is the washcloths are about this big, right? And if I were to use 1 or 2 of these today, can you imagine my laundry, right? So that's why I went to the system. I cut them in quarters. Oh, here's one drying. Perfect. So I use them, I hang them up to dry. When they're dry, I usually put them in my little laundry container right there. So it doubles as my hamper. When I haven't really used it to wash anything, but it does work as a hamper. So I put my dry used washcloth in there. So, and I use, you know, usually 1 or 2 of those a day, just depending. I use the ones that are this size. This is actually one by Norwex. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Norwex. Norwex is that Norwegian company. There you go. Norwex. This is a Norwegian company that puts an antibacterial silver in their cloth, weave it in the cloth. They can actually clean up things like chicken blood off a counter, and you will not get any bacteria. You can use a black light, you'll see no bacteria from them. But there's a trick to these though. You never want to put them in regular laundry soap or use a dryer sheet or softener or bleach. So when I'm on the road, the way I wash these is I put them in boiling water with a little bit of Charlie soap, rinse them, and hang them up. I do not cut these up because these give me a lot of mileage like this. So like right now, this is my hand towel. That's what I'm using for my hand towel. I have a few others of those too. This is one too. And then I have one right here that I use to dry my dishes with. So this is a little extra added stuff after I've already cleaned them and rubbed them down with rubbing alcohol. The kitchen's another day. We'll get to the kitchen later. We're going to stick to the bathroom right now. Sorry. So that's how I take what I do for a sponge bath and to wash my face. So remember, RV sink goes into the black tank. Shower goes into the gray tank. Kitchen sink goes into the gray tank. Something to know. I think the most asked question on my group sites that I belong to on Facebook and like on Twitter and stuff is toilet paper. What do people use for toilet paper? Okay. This is a real touchy subject with people, and I don't want to offend anybody or gross anybody out, but this is what I do. I never put toilet paper in the toilet. Now, I did a lot of research initially, and I did find out through watching the Fit RV on YouTube do a test on different toilet papers. Charmin's soft, ultra soft, dissolves better than any of these do. See, this is like the RV type. Dissolves better. And regular, just water by itself. No chemicals or anything, just water. It dissolves better than anything else. It breaks down, I should say. It doesn't dissolve, it breaks down. But if anybody's ever used a compost toilet, I don't have one, but I've used one. You do not put toilet paper in a compost toilet. You put toilet paper in a bag. So what I have underneath here, I don't know if you can see. That is a doggy poopy bag. Biodegradable, compostable doggy poopy bag. That is where I put my toilet paper. I never put toilet paper in the tank at all, period. Once a day, I tie that up. I put it in there. And then I take my trash out, usually once or twice, once a day to every other day, depending. Not very often, you know, like I would say every other day. You don't have too much garbage, and if you plan well, and we'll get to the kitchen like I said another time, if you plan well, if you plan your food well, and you're packaging correctly, you're not going to have a lot of trash. You'd be surprised how much trash you don't have, and you accumulate it to your house. Okay, so that's what I do for toilet and toilet paper. Personal hygiene, I do, I took Bob Wells' advice, and water wipes. Awesome little things. All it is 99% water and 1% of grapefruit seed extract, which is an antibacterial. I keep my toothbrushing stuff. Everything's pretty much right here. Makeup, so I can tear this down and move it around. I do have a magnifying mirror that I usually take into the living room area to use. There's another shoe holder right on the inside of my door. And I have various utilitarian type things. These had nothing really to do with the bathroom. But as you see, you know, I've got some things that I use on a regular basis. Gloves, pepper spray, incense, exercise bands if I ever would use them. Haha. And of course shoes. The empty pockets are just usually where shoes go. Well, and that concludes my information about hygiene and my bathroom organization. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you got something out of it. And if you got any questions or clarifying questions or comments, please, please, please write below. Thanks. Take care, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.